Shots of Brown, shots of Brown, black, black. Show 'em on the track, show 'em on the track. Take a shot, take a shot, take a shot. Shots of Brown. You can take it straight or on the rock. Shots of Brown. On this platform, it goes down. Shots of Brown. They know it ain't no cap on Shots of Brown. Take a shot.
Yo, welcome back to Shots of Brown, baby. If you're new here, you know what to do here. Hit that subscribe button if you want to hear more story times, man. Shots of Brown. I've been asking for more story times, so I'm going to keep them going. This one right here, I'm going to talk about recording with Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston. My experience with it. I was blessed with the privilege to actually record with them both. And I'm about to break it down to y'all right quick. Just how I was recording with them. I'll start off with Uncle B first. As I stated in the last video, also too, I got music with Uncle B, I believe, on here. I think there's a record on here on YouTube with me, Uncle B, Gerard, and a few cousins. I'll pin some music below from us. I'll pin some music in the comments. But listen, so I stated in the last video as far as life touring with Bobby Brown about how the first time I ever recorded was in Mendham, New Jersey at Auntie Whitney's mansion. I didn't record. And did Uncle B get on that record? I can't remember for sure. I don't remember Uncle B. I don't remember Uncle B, nobody getting on that record. I just remember it being the cousins, like just fucking around, just playing around. I apologize. You know, you gotta watch what you say on this YouTube at a certain amount of time. But yeah, so just recording with Uncle B, it probably started like around when I was 15, 16. But recording with him was, you never knew. It really just depended on what type of time he was on. In the studio with Unc, though, it was always, excuse me. In the studio with Unc, it was always a vibe, though, because he a Brown, you know, and if you know the Browns, we the life of the party. So it's always gonna be some fun when you around us, you know what I'm saying? But with Unc, we would go in the studio, you know, we'll have our bottles, we'll go to the studio with some bottles, you know, all our necessities. If you smoking, whatever you got going on, you know what I'm saying? That's what you got. 9 times out of 10, before we even went to the studio, we probably went to dinner, sat down somewhere and had dinner, had some drinks, you know what I'm saying? Went to the studio, you know what I'm saying? We in the studio, it's a vibe. We be in the studio. We used to be in the studio for days, man. Days and days. Like, shout out to Big Mason. He had a studio here. We used to record with Big Mason studio all the time. Big Mason, he had Fat Boy Records. He had a deal through MCA. If you remember Archie Eversoul, God rest his soul, my brother, I love you. But he had the hit record We Ready back in the day. But and I'll get into a story about Auntie Whitney recording with Archie, Auntie Whitney and Uncle B. I'll get into that in a second. But just recording with Uncle was, we get in the studio, it just be a vibe. If he was too lit, he gonna go in there and just beatbox. We ain't gonna get too much done for real, man. We ain't gonna get too much done for real. If he too lit, it's just like, forget it. Like, cause Unc gonna go in there playing. He gonna go in the booth, he gonna be beatboxing, he ain't gonna be really for real about about getting no record done for real. I'm laughing because if you know, you know. Like Uncle be in the studio beatboxing, we'd be like, man, sing this hook," and he'd just be in there in his own world doing his own thing. But as far as recording with Unc, I got so many records. We did so many records with Unc. You know what I'm saying? You should give y'all a little history. Like, Unc, we all the nephews, all my cousins, we all did music. So Unc had put us all together and named us the Brown Bombers. You know, he used to be called the Brown Bombers, so he put us all together and was like, "Okay, y'all the Brown Bombers. Y'all gonna tour with me, open up for me, whoop-de-whoop." So he named us all the Brown Bombers, and we had plenty records with Uncle B. You know what I'm saying? We had the studio in the house. We would leave out and go to the studio, Patchwork, Zach's, like wherever. Like, we was always in the studio recording music. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it actually led up to me recording with Auntie Whitney. You know what I'm saying? Because we used to always record at the house. You know, Auntie Whitney used to always hate her records, love her records. She'd be playing them herself. If you watched Being Bobby Brown, and you heard that record that Auntie Whitney was playing, Brown Boogie, that was actually a record that Gerard did called the Brown Boogie, and it was a dance record. Like, he had a dance to it and everything, and Auntie Whitney used to love that record. She played that record on Being Bobby Brown when they were sitting in the Porsche one day. So Auntie Whitney always supported the music, you know what I'm saying? So I'll never forget, one day we was in the mansion, 1014 Tullamore, right here, Country Club of the South. We upstairs, me, Kelsey, a few of the cousins, Uncle B. Kelsey was always a genius, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kelsey would run the boards, record. Like, Kelsey ran the whole studio. He ran the whole shebang when it was time for us to record. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Kelsey. But this particular day, we upstairs, we in the studio, and we in there recording this record called Love Thing. And Uncle B was originally singing the hook. It was a dope record too. And Uncle B's originally on the hook singing it. And Auntie Whitney coming in, she heard the record, she like, "Oh, okay," she vibing to it. She like, "I like that, okay, let me go in there and show y'all how this is done right quick." And we like, "Hey, yo, we happy," you know what I'm saying? Because shit, to get a stamp of approval from Whitney Houston, you know, all those, this is our aunt, this is, you know, she's still the queen of pop. I mean, this is a legend. I mean, so to get this stamp from Auntie Whitney and get a record with Whitney Houston, a lot of people can't say they got a record with Whitney Houston, you know, and even Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown together on a record. So we super excited. Auntie Whitney just so effortlessly, like, she's like, "Oh, let me go in there and show y'all how this is done right quick. I like that. Let me go ahead and sing the hook." She just go in there and sing the background vocals right up under Uncle B. And that record, bro, was so dope. Like, Auntie Lele's son, Kelsey, he got all our records that we ever recorded. Like, I wish he one day put them out. So if y'all want to hear these records one day, holla at Kelsey. Tell Kelsey to put these records out. But yeah, Auntie Whitney, she just went in there and did her thing so effortlessly. Like, just made it look so easy. You know what I'm saying? And Auntie Whitney would just be playing and singing around the house. You know what I'm saying? And it'd just be like so beautiful, dog. Like, so this day, Auntie Whitney, she go in there and just sing it so effortlessly. And it just came out so dope, you know what I'm saying? And it was just a dope, feel-good record, you know what I'm saying? Real dope, upbeat, up-tempo, like pop-type record. So it was cool to have Auntie Whitney on that record. Or just even to see her and Uncle B, you know what I'm saying? Both in they zone when they in the studio, you know what I'm saying? Both of these is, you know, even though they family, they both still multi platinum artists, icons, legends, you know what I'm saying? So it was dope to be even touring with Uncle B, opening up, doing shows, and recording. All that was just super dope. I mean, back in them days, we had good times, you know what I'm saying? So I never recorded with Uncle B when Bosstown was up. You know, I was young then, so I never recorded when Bosstown was up, but I recorded, you know, later years. But yeah, it was just super dope. But you know, like just seeing them both in a zone was dope. But this one particular night, we're at Zach's, and it's like right next to Bosstown. And Bosstown is the studio Uncle B used to own. Now Outkast own it, and it's called Stankonia. But so we right next door. Right next door is a studio called Zach's. You know what I'm saying? And we right next door at Zach's. And originally Uncle B was in there recording a record with, like I just told you, Big Mason, and Archie Episode. It was a record, I want to say it was a record called Burn. And yeah, Big Mason, if you hear this and you see this, you need to drop that record, dog. For real, that record was something dope. So originally it was Uncle B. We was in the studio with Uncle B. And Mason, I believe Archie was working on his second album, and he was getting Uncle B featured on the album. And Uncle B came, he already, you know, he in there laying the hook, boom, boom, boom. Auntie Whitney, once again, she ended up coming to the studio and walking in and hearing the record. And, you know, she was like, oh, shit. Once again, just how she was feeling love thing, she heard that record and did the same thing. She was like, oh, let me go in here, let me sing on that. I want to sing on that. So she went and did the background vocals and everything for that too. You know what I'm saying? So it was just dope, just a dope process, just seeing Auntie Whitney in the studio, because on that record, like, once again, she went in there so effortlessly and just did her thing. You know what I'm saying? That's just one time, well, you know, two times that stood out that I was in the studio with Auntie Whitney. You know what I'm saying? That really just stood out to me right now. That was, you know, it was just dope, just legendary good moments, man. You know what I'm saying? Just good times. Hopefully one day these records come out, man. Hopefully one day I'll get in like chop it up with Kels, and he dropped some of this music. But in the meantime, the record I do have with Uncle B, not just me, it's me, Gerard, my cousin Ock. Shout out to him. I'm proud of you too. He doing his thing. He just opened a barbershop here in Atlanta. And who on that record? Uncle B. I forget the name of it. But I'm gonna pin it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just wanted to do that story time right quick. Just, you know, let y'all know, man. You know how I was recording, man, with the legends, man. Give y'all my experience, man, on it. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you tuning in and listening. Shout out to everybody who's locked in and subscribed to the channel. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Till next time, shout out to the Brown, baby.